Hello friends, welcome to Teaching Moms Today. I am coming to you from my classroom today. It's so fun to be in your classroom. And there's so much fun stuff that goes on in your classroom that I really think that you should not miss out on the fun things that can happen when you're a school teacher. One of them is these. Oh my goodness, there are so many fun things in these back to school catalogs, and I think that you guys should definitely get to take part in those fun things. You know, in the movie You've Got Mail, where Meg Ryan goes to the shop and she talks about loving fall and bouquets of sharpened pencils? Yeah, that, bouquets of sharpened pencils. So today we're going to talk to you about the next W. My next W today is when to teach. So what I want to talk to you about is when should you be teaching your kids? Well, in my classroom, you'll notice that I have on my wall a very detailed schedule. With that detailed schedule, every day I write what's going to happen with that particular topic. So last year, during math at 10:20, I would write down exactly what we were going to do for math. Now today, obviously, you're not going to be learning math, but I want you to be thinking about making your plan. So whether you are planning to do homeschool or whether you're in regular school, it is very important that you have a routine and a plan in place. Whether it's homework after school or not, this is incredibly important. And the key to this working is you being on top of it, which I know can be a very big challenge. So that is why it's also important to have it written down somewhere, displayed, that not just you can see it, but your kids can see it as well. Specific kids have different needs, but some really thrive and really care about seeing what the schedule is and what the plan is. By putting up a plan, you are helping remind not only yourself but your kids of what's going to be happening and when and what your expectations are for that day. It also makes sure that you are ready and prepared for the day. Every day at school, I go and I update that board. So making a plan and figuring out what your routine is going to be critical for you to feel successful. Now, I want you to think about what roadblocks there might be that would hamper your plan. For me, it was, maybe you scheduled a grocery trip in the middle of your plan, or maybe you wanted to go work out, or maybe grandma decided to come by, or if it's an after-school thing, maybe you've got soccer practice, or maybe you've got piano lessons, or these different things that can cause problems with your plan. So plan for those roadblocks. How are you going to overcome them? How are you going to get past those roadblocks? And what kind of schedule are you going to do instead to make sure the things that need to get done during that time can get done? Now, I regularly try to put together a routine for my kids in the summer. And I'll tell you, if I'm not on board with them and keeping them along with me the whole time, it does not happen. So it really is important that you kind of pull in the reins and make sure that these things happen the way they should. That way you can guarantee that you're getting done what you need to have done. I would also recommend that you really try to avoid scheduling anything extra during that planned time, but also schedule a time to get the extras done, because if you cram everything into your day but don't leave yourself time to have grocery trips or grandma stop by, then it's never going to work. So you need to make sure that whatever schedule you come up with is a feasible, doable schedule. So for us during the summer, I have everything that we want to do in the morning, and then after lunch is free time. If you are wanting to do this as an after-school thing, make sure that you have free time in there. Your kids are going to thrive with a routine, but they also thrive with a little flexibility as well. So keep in mind both of those things. Now, for those of you that are looking to do more of an online or a homeschool option, I want to point out a couple things when you come up with your schedule. The more labor-intensive subjects should be done earlier in the day. And when I mean labor-intensive, I mean mentally laboring. So whatever subjects tend to be hardest for your kids should be first. Whatever takes the most mental power for them should be first. In elementary school, we are fighting to make sure that we get math always in the morning, because students and studies have shown that they get the most out of them in the morning, and they're most mentally alert in those morning hours. So if it was my recommendation, I would do math, reading, and writing all in the morning before lunch, if you can do that. And then the other subjects and extracurricular things could come in the afternoon. So those are my tips on when you should be teaching. So get yourself a schedule going, put up a calendar, make it ready for your kids and for your day, whether it be before school or after school or whatever routine that you need. It really does help keep the kids and you organized. Now, on an unrelated note, I want to show you my alphabet wall that turned out super cute. It took me over a whole school year of my students donating and me collecting letters, and it turned out really fun, so I'm showing you. That's it for today, so let me know if you have any questions about creating a schedule.